Create a mystery story like the cooling corpse, which uses logarithms to solve. One very rainy day on June 6, 2012, Charlie was very bored. He needed to kill some time. Charlie decided that he would brush his teeth until 2:25. He scanned his teeth and found that 90% of his teeth were filled with bacteria. He started brushing his teeth at 12:25. While he was brushing his teeth, he read a magazine saying that the least bacteria on your teeth at a time was 5%. At 1:55, Charlie scanned his teeth and found that it was 40% bacteria. What percentage of bacteria would be on his teeth at 2:25? Okay, let's write out a pairing equation for a problem like this. Now, we should figure out what from the story fits into the equation. After reading the passage again, it looks like the only thing that fits into the equation is the asymptote, which is 5 for the b. Now we have to find what k and m stands for. To find those variables, we are going to have to plug in some values from the passage. So, from the passage, it was 90% at the start, which was 12:25, and it was 40% at 1:55. The percentage of bacteria is the y, and the time passed is the x. So, for the x variable, every increase of 1 is an increase of 1 hour. If you don't understand, here's an example. The start is 12:25, and at that time, 0 hours have passed from the initial time. At 1:25, the value of x would be 1 because 1 hour has passed. 2:25 would equal 2, and 3:25, sorry for the mistake on there, I'm so bad at this. 3:25 would be 3, because 3 hours passed. Woo! For this scenario, the x value for the equation with 90 would be 0 because that's the initial time. The x value for the equation with 40 would be 1.5 because 1 hour and a half passed from the initial time. Okay, now on to dividing the equations. But before we do that, we have to always remember to subtract the b values, which is the asymptote, from the y values, which is the percentage. Don't forget to do this, it has messed me up many times and it will mess you up too, so I'm warning you. Now, we are going to have to divide the equations to find the values of k and m. Remember, you should always have the equation with a higher x value on top because when you divide them, it will always turn out to be a positive exponent. When you divide the equations, you're going to have to divide the whole equation, not just one specific part. So, 35 divided by 85, which would equal 0.412, k divided by k, which equals 1, and m to the 1.5 power divided by m to the 0 power, which also equals 1. That would equal m to the 1.5 power. So now, your equation looks like 0.412 equals m to the 1.5 power. Now at this point, you're going to have to grab the 1.5 root of 0.412. Once you do the 1.5 root of 0.412, you should get an answer of m equals 0.554. Congrats! We now have our m